Greetings, Red Zone faithful. I'm here today to update you on some first, second grade postseason announcements. It's here on Tuesday morning after the first, second grade group finished up their sixth game of the season. This group has not been split into gold and silver with these young, inexperienced players. There's a lot of development that happens over the course of the season. So after some non-scored early season games, we've kept scores and record for the last three of the 16 total teams, and we'll take quite a group of them to the postseason to give them a chance to play their best here at the end of the season with the experience that they've gained over that. Beyond that, we'll announce a few bowl games for some of the other teams and set the course for the last few weeks of the season at first and second grade. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here to talk about the teams that are going to make the playoffs. We're going to have 10 teams make the playoff here to play it out. Essentially, the qualifier here was any team with one or less loss to another team. The wins and the loss totals, the teams are kind of stacked up as the results played out over those three games that we kept score and touch tracking with. Next is to kind of figure out how to arrange those 10 teams into a tournament format to have a champion come through. As you can see, there are two teams at the top unbeaten. We're going to do a random draw and figure out who's going to be the top seed and the bottom seed. For the Vikings, they're going to come in at the 3 seed by virtue of being unbeaten. They do have that tie with the 49ers, but that will lock them into the 3rd seed. The Patriots and the Cardinals are vying for the 4-5 seed by virtue of their one loss, both being to the unbeaten teams, the Seahawks and the Broncos. So that pulls them up into a draw for 4 and 5. The Chargers' lone loss is to the Vikings, who are also an unbeaten team. They have that tie, which bumps them down a little bit, which is going to lock the Chargers into the 6th seed. And then among the Raiders, Jets, and Bears, for the 7 through 9 seeds, all of their losses are to each other. We'll do a random draw to figure out how those teams will line up. And then the 49ers will come in at the 10 seed. Okay, before we talk about the bowl games, we're going to settle those seeding question marks. So the first one is between the Seahawks and the Broncos for the top seed. I've got a few placards here with those teams matched up. So I'm going to flip them over here and give them a nice, good shuffling and draw one up. So the top seed in the first, second grade will be the Broncos. That means the number 2 seed will be followed by the Seahawks. Okay, the Vikings slot in after them at number 3. And next to settle is the 4-5 for the Patriots and Cardinals by virtue of their losses to the Seahawks and Broncos. So let me shuffle these up here. And the number 4 seed will go to the Cardinals. So that means number 5 is the Patriots. All right, the Chargers from Mid-Prairie come in at number 6 by virtue of a little bit stronger of a loss than the next group, which is the Jets, Bears, and Raiders, which we're going to draw here for the 7, 8, and 9 seeds. Okay, coming up here, now the number 7 seed is going to go to the Jets. The number 8 seed to the Raiders then. And the 9th seed will go to the Bears. And the 49ers will round out the group at number 10. Okay, so here's how that is all going to line up. And if we scroll to the right here, you can see what I'm proposing for the schedule. We've got weather in the forecast this week, so I want to reserve the right to make adjustments as necessary. But essentially, this is how it works out with getting those 10 teams to a final. I don't expect you to know all my coding over here, but we'll get a lot of those games played, especially in the playoff on Monday next week. We'll play, everybody in the playoff will play. The 1 through 10 seeds will play, and we'll play until we get 4 teams left for the semifinals. Those semifinal teams will play the following Monday at 5:30, and the championship game will happen right after at 6:30 on the same night. For the bowl games, we've got to spread those out just a little bit. There's going to be one bowl game on 10/16. and there will be two a couple weeks from now on October 23rd. Still Mondays like you've been playing. By the time this video posts, we'll have this blanks filled in on the schedule. Again, give us some grace to make adjustments if needed due to some weather coming up this week or potentially affecting these dates. But without further ado, let's talk about the bowls. I want to flip over here to the bowl sponsors quick and give them all a mention. These sponsors give us an opportunity to provide a big game for all of our teams at the end of the season. For Pizza Ranch, the winning teams get a team pizza party at the Pizza Ranch in Iowa City that has a nice arcade as well. For the Poncheros Bowl, the players on the winning teams get a coupon for a free burrito. In the Subway Bowl, players on the winning teams will receive a box sandwich, chips, and cookies right there on the field to bite into. In the Bankers Life Orange Bowl, players on the winning team will receive some orange goodies, a bit of a mystery prize, but some delicious orange treats for them to celebrate their win at the end of the season. And the Insomnia Cookies Bowl is another one where they'll be able to bite into their victory, as there'll be fresh cookies from Insomnia out there for the players that win the Insomnia Bowl. So if we go back to our standings table here, and the Bills and the Lions, they're going to match up with each other in the Pizza Ranch Bowl. For the Poncheros and Bankers Life Orange Bowl, a little bit of drama left to settle. We know that the Dolphins and the Packers have played each other this season, so we split those guys apart and assigned them their bowl game. So it's the Chiefs and the Rams to see who plays them. So I'll turn this over in a random draw here. The first team that I turn up is going to match up with the Dolphins in the Poncheros Bowl, and that's going to be the Rams. So matching up with the Packers in the Bankers Life Orange Bowl will be the Chiefs. Okay, that sets the table for how we settled and will settle the end of the season here at first, second grade. We'll look forward to seeing you out there.